right, guys, we are back into digging into that wonderful box that our good friend Kazuki sent over from Japan. In today's episode, we are looking at Bandai's offerings for Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. Most specifically, Kong with the Beast Glove and Evolved Godzilla. How are these guys going to stack up, and especially compared to past Bandai's? Well, let's get digging. All right, let's begin this assessment with Kong, because of all of them, Kong is actually a very interesting, figure to say the least. So, this is a slightly retooled version of the previous Kong that was released by Bandai for Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah. The difference with this guy, though, is that, like I said, in the tooling, as you can see, he actually has more fur dedicated and sculpted into the body itself. The previous Kong was a lot smoother, as you can see here in the picture that I'm showing you, and especially in the face sculpt as well. The look is very similar, but the painting, the detailing, honestly, this is a better figure than the previous Bandai release. The only problem is this. He can't stand for crap. I've spent 10 minutes before this video started trying to get him to balance, and I got him at a point. So you keep his arms out like he's pretty much riding a roller coaster, and that's how he'll stand. If you're displaying this guy, you're probably gonna have to put him with a couple of other figures just to hold him up. But for what is essentially a $25 figure, you would hope that these things would be a little more balanced. But again, these are meant for kids. Who are we kidding? They're gonna be laying in toy chests, play boxes, all that fun stuff. For us adult collectors, they go right on the shelf, kind of like the brethren in the back. The paint job, though, like I said, far superior to the previous Kong. It's a darker shade of brown. There's more scarring to reflect Kong's battle with Godzilla from the previous movie, which I do like. The Beast Glove itself is pretty cool. As you can see, much like every other Bandai figure, there's very limited articulation. It's essentially just in the shoulders. These are standard vinyl figures. They are meant to be played with by kids. So there is a connection at the waist, but no movement whatsoever. Overall, though, a solid figure. Let's take a look at the tag real quick. You got that, and there you go. My verdict on this guy, pretty cool. Honestly, it's not Bandai's best Kong. That actually belongs to their original Kong that I reviewed a couple weeks back. But for a modern Kong, this is pretty fun. If you're a Bandai collector like me, he fills the gaps, and he actually looks pretty cool with that roar look. Overall, I'd give it a solid B as a figure. Like I said, price point is on par with every other Bandai Movie Monster series figures, and in the words of Jeff Goldblum, there it is. And now for what many of you would consider the main event of this video. This is Bandai's Godzilla Evolved. Once again, it is a slight retooling of their 2021 Godzilla mold. Considering how he looks in the movie, I would say this is the most... how do I put this? This is a pretty decisive figure. On one hand, like I said, it's a simple retooling. Doesn't exactly get the upper body portions that Evolved Godzilla has in the film. But on the other hand, I would say that the new sculpting on it is far superior to the previous 2021 version of the figure. The paint job, especially, considering it's a movie monster series, is actually damn good. I'm thoroughly impressed with the coloring on the spines. They are a slightly metallic, kind of pink reddish. They don't hue as pink as the movie. There's a little bit of a muteness to it. He's got paint on the elbow spikes, as you can see, and even the tail to a certain extent. So it is a retool, but it's a pretty good retool. In the toy world, I know retools are kind of the bane upon everyone's existence. The worst is just straight up repaints. But if I was going to pick either of the two, I would definitely go over this guy right here because he feels better made, you know, lacking the colloquial for that. Let's look at the tag real quick. Much like Kong's, has the logo on the front. On the back, it's a shadow of Godzilla spikes. There's the inside. So, the detailing in the face is the thing I actually enjoy the most. He's actually got a pretty gnarly look. They do paint the crest on top of his head. Overall, it's not a bad figure, especially in terms of Bandai Movie Monster Series figures. I kind of dig this one of all of the Bandai releases thus far for this new movie. We haven't seen Shimo and Scar King as of this recording, but Shimo has at least been teased, so hopefully we'll hear some news on that pretty soon. But there you go. That is Bandai's Movie Monster Series Godzilla Evolved. And there you have it, guys. That is Bandai's Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire Movie Monster Series review of Kong with Beast Glove and Evolved Godzilla. Remember, if you like what you see, we do have a show. It's called The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. And if you don't like downloading, you can also find our show on all of your favorite streamers, including Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you might find better podcasts. And that also includes our sister show, Common Kaisers. We're also on social media. You can find us on X at The Kaiju Kingdom, Instagram at The Kaiju Kingdom, and Facebook.com/The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. And that'll wrap it up for this short review. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.